All right, let's get to it. Today we're gonna have a look at my old G-Shock GS series GS300 series watch. It is made out of titanium entirely, well, except for the strap, but we'll get to that afterwards. Look at that G-Shock and titanium, and now the movement is upside down. Look at that, 12 o'clock should be at the top. So we have to do now, just rotate it. And it also ran out of battery, and the screen has some dust on it, so a lot of servicing works need to be done here. Plus, the strap also requires some cleanup. And check this out, it features one of those straps that you need to cut it up. Just like the brand new MRG B5000. So this watch is MRG level. This is pretty much the vintage MRG before MRG was a thing, I guess. Well, it was already wasn't then, but anyway. Stainless steel buckle, which also requires some cleaning as well. And to do that, let's remove the strap out of the way. Okay, check this out. The strap has a metal, not a metal insert in like the Jason, but actually piece of metal on top of it. I guess this is solid stainless steel because it is heavier. But God, it has black IP as well, and it is removable, so you could swap them up. Ooh, this is impressive. So this part also requires some cleaning. I'm gonna add a side-by-side image after I already clean it up, just so you guys can see how it looks like. Of course, you have to remove the buckle as well. There's a little bit of rust on this part of the spring bar, so there's that. Check this out before, well, with the metal piece insert and without it. This strap has been pre-cut because I bought it in used condition. But the sizing is just enough. It's slightly bigger than my wrist size, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. Okay. Next up, let's remove the screw down case back. I already loosened it up, so just rotate it with my finger. Check this out. The thread's still looking fine, but the gasket kind of loose already. Well, I'm filming this in the future, so I know what to expect. So the gasket's pretty much worthless right now. I have to cut it up. Alright, next up, let's remove this, I would say back cushioning, but I'm not sure what the purpose of this thing are. Regardless, it has 4 different layers. First metal piece, this one, which also requires some cleaning. And then the ball gasket, not gasket, but shock absorber, I would say, with some slots around it to fit this white plastic piece. I'm not sure what the significance this thing is, but it's really cool. Then this metal piece as well, which already got rust on it. I guess because I loosened up that screw down case back. Anyway, I have to polish all of those rust off as well, but it's not really important. I mean, there's no electronics there. Next up, this is the movement. So Cancel Japan, no jewels, SR621W battery, and SR920W battery. So 2 battery AC connection over here. So if you want to swap them up, remove those 2 and perform the AC operation, which I'm going to do now. Alright, notice that if I were to send this watch to, I don't know, a watch store to swap the battery, it's gonna be so expensive. It uses 2 battery, and there's a lot of things to be worked on. Look at that. Even if I flip the movement upside down, the LCD also inverted as well. It's upside down, which means the problem is not the movement entirely, but the face dial itself. So we have to fully dismantle the watch in order to fix these specific issues. But just me testing out the function, the hand still works, the engine works, but the display is a bit faded. Alright, so far so good. There's not any rust at all, I guess because of the black IP titanium, so rust really can't get to the hard case itself, but the movement, it could be affected. So I'm going to remove all the side cushioning and this single layer of plastic. Little details is impressive. So first attempt, I used a brush to remove all the dust on the LCD, but it didn't work. And I used a polisher, didn't work. I used a cotton bud, it kind of worked, but I can't get all the way to the edges there. So we have to remove it. We have to remove the face dial. I mean, we have to rotate that anywhere, so why not? In order to do that, I have to remove these minute hands, and then the hour hand, basic stuff. Every G-Shock uses the same sizing, if I'm not mistaken, so you could swap them up actually. So take this metal face down, not resin plastic, but full solid metal, stainless steel, I guess. That's the 2 pins there, so you could, there's no indicator, so not sure, probably that's the reason why I put it upside down in the first place. Anyway, I could wipe that up now, just a little bit, but it's not entirely clean yet. So I have to actually clean it up, the LCD I'm talking about here, with acetone or nail polish remover to fully clean out all the dust in there. Anyway, here is me removing the, I would say, movement holder, battery holder as well at the same time, out of the way. There's no rust there, so that's a good sign. Alright, next up we're gonna have to remove this, I would say, analog movement holder alongside with the battery holder as well. So far so good, it looks clean, not a lot of battery leak that could be seen at least. And I'm gonna put back these 2 springs that belong to the analog movement before I lost them. This part is pretty basic. Every analog digital G-Shock back then used the same analog movement, so it is swappable if you broke this, or the spring if you lost them. Next, the speaker spring pretty much, I would say, soldered or attached to the circuit board. And notice that there's a layer of resin sticker on it to protect all of the components except on this part where there's actually battery leaks. This is from the 621 battery, which, I mean, well, there we go, corroded most of the parts. And notice that most of the components are also placed in here. This section is concentrated with all of the important components, and this is where also the battery tend to leak. Thus, you know what, I'm not surprised if some function for this watch will not be working unless I actually desoldered everything and put everything back in, which I have no ability to do. And check this out, even on the LCD part that connects to the upper part, check this out, this section here has some battery leaks on this part. I guess that's the reason why it is not as clear, so I have to clean those up. Then here is the EL backlighting springs. I'm gonna have to remove those, and some holder for the springs as well. There's another one down here. Oh, by the way, the AL is not working, and I'm not surprised. Even if I clean up the circuit board with some acetone, I will not be surprised if they're still not working due to the concentrated of components in that section that I showed about just now. And here is the EL backlighting panel, which is so large. And now here is the LCD. Just gently push it down, and I want to show you guys how the more of a hairline damage on it. I'm not sure where that came from. And I noticed also this holder is upside down. I can't really tell if there's an orientation to it, so I tested out the LCD. Basically, they are pretty much upside down, and you could turn it around. It still works just fine. So overall, this is all the parts being laid down. I'm going to need to clean all of the exterior component and some of the circuit board, some part of it, try to make sure at least the LCD is a bit more visible. Function wise, I don't think it's going to work. This watch has a lot of stopwatch calculator functions, so yeah, I don't think they're going to work, including the EL, but it is what it is for this old G-Shock watch, and also for my limited capabilities as well. If I could fix all the components on the board, I will, but I can't, so this watch is just going to be more of a wrist check type of thing. And then I just, clean up all the strap, clean up all this metal insert piece. And I noticed as I was assembling the watch, the glass also needs some cleaning as well. So let's just do that over here. The index, the minute marker is still looking fine, so just gonna leave it be. This is the glass, look at that. So just wipe it up with acetone or nail polish remover, and it looks clean. I could see some minor scratch, but that's okay. It has a diameter of 29mm, 2mm thickness with dome shape. And here's everything being put back in again. You can see the LCD is a bit more clearer than before. It is a negative display, so it's not the best, but it works better. The function kind of worked, but the stopwatch didn't. The EL backlighting didn't work at all. At least I cannot see it. So I'm just going to leave it be. I mean, I'm rarely going to be wearing the watch anyway, not going to use the function. I have better G-Shock for that specific function. So in this case, just gonna assemble everything back in with an aftermarket smoke bezel, so we could still see the black IP titanium case underneath it. So I guess the color works perfectly fine. And also a quick side note before I end the video, this whole process actually took me about 4 to 5 hours because I have to assemble everything back in. to test the LCD and disassemble it, clean it back, repeat the process a couple of times, and then to the point that I was already satisfied, I tried my best to clean up the board. The function still not working, the EL still not working, so I'm just gonna leave it be. This is the final result. What do you think? Leave your comment down in the comment section, and that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock High Fashion Channel.